And look at that happy little sun.
Today on Well-Built Home, Stefan is going to teach us about vinyl decks. When you walk out onto a deck, what are you looking for? What do you see? Well, what you can see from your back deck is really important. But when you're done looking out, look down. What are you standing on?
Oh, hey. I was just looking down here and I noticed that I'm standing on vinyl.
What the heck is vinyl?
What's vinyl, you ask? Vinyl is a sheet membrane that comes in rolls, something like an exterior flooring material. It's applied over plywood to create a low-maintenance, waterproof sun deck.
Some of the positives to vinyl decking are it's affordable, waterproof, low maintenance, slip resistant, antifungal, and it can create a dry storage space underneath.
Some of the disadvantages are that it can rip or tear. The seams can separate if they're not welded properly. You need to be very careful when you're pressure washing so that you don't disturb the fibers, and make sure that you test chemicals before they're used on this surface. Let's take a look at a vinyl deck from the top view. If you can, make sure the vinyl is wrapped up the walls, the posts, and the vertical surfaces, and into doorways. Make sure that the seams aren't separating. They should be hot air welded to prevent this. Check that there's no big bubbles. Make sure that the product isn't deteriorating. Check that there's no screws through the top. If there are, there should be a tapered block under the vinyl. In our area, all railings are required to be side mounted. Now let's take a look at a vinyl deck from the side view. The most important thing is that you see a proper flashing detail with a drip spacer behind it, like this. Aw, look at this little guy. So what is a drip spacer, you might ask? Well, let me show you. Sometimes it rains. And when it rains, happy little raindrops, they fall from the sky all happy, and they fall down and they land on the deck. Now, once they land on the deck, they run along the deck and they're happily, look at them, look at the water, it's happily running along the deck. And what does it do when it gets to the end? It falls off. So this is our flashing, and this is our drip spacer, and our vinyl decking gets glued on top so that when it rains, the happy little drops will run down our deck and off, and they fall down and don't rot our deck. Have a look at the deck from the bottom. You should be able to tell that it's dry. Look for signs of water stains.
If it's a newer home, check to see who built the home and who built the deck, and make sure they're good at what they do. We just want you to know what to look for, because you only get what you pay for if you get what to look for.
If you're watching us on the internets,
Or the Facebook.
please like us and subscribe to us on the internets.